Hola, vamos a hablar acerca del presente perfecto. Esta es la clase de nivel B2, presente perfecto, advanced. Well, present perfect, as you know, we are going to check very quickly the grammar. And you know it's very easy. When you are using third person, you have to use has as the auxiliary verb, which means he, she, it. But when you're using I, you, we, or they, the auxiliary verb is always going to be have. Remember, the verb has to be in past participle. For the negative, it is the same. You are just going to add not or never. I have never been to Europe, or he hasn't been to Europe. For the question, the only thing that you have to do is to swap the auxiliary verb with the subject. For example, I have been to Europe 3 times. Have you been to Europe 3 times? Or if you want to ask how many times have you been to Europe? Well, if you are asking a closed question, you would only say, have you ever been to Europe? And the answer is going to be, yes, I have, or no, I haven't been, or yes, I have, or no, I haven't been yet. But if you want to ask an open question, you have to use a WH question at the beginning. For example, how many times, how long was the last time, etc. Well, how do you use the present perfect? It's very easy to connect past and present. For example, I have always liked tricycles since I was a child. I am referring to my past that these likes for tricycles has been since I was a child. But something very important here is that always, since it is an adverb, this has to come always before the main verb. I have always liked tricycles. The other use is to be unspecific about past action. For example, I think I have seen that sweatshirt. I don't know when, I just know that I've seen it before. I don't want to be specific with the time and when it happened. And also to recent past actions. That is the main difference with Spanish. When something has just happened in Spanish, we always use the past. For example, acabo de ver a tu mamá. Well, in English you would say, I just saw your mom, which is fine, but it is not correct. You would say, I've just seen your mom. I've just seen your mom, because it's something that just happened. For example, if I want to know if you already finished eating, I would say, have you finished eating yet? And you would say, yes, I have, because it's something that just happened in the past. Something important. We use present perfect to talk about experiences. I have worked at CAET for 3 years. I have been a teacher for 10 years. You have been studying English for 11 years. I have eaten this dish for all of my life. And we use yet when we want to ask questions or when we want to make a negative statement. But this one, yet, always comes at the end. Have you seen the movie yet? Have you finished yet? Yes, I've seen it. No, I haven't seen it yet. Not yet. When you want to say ya, because yet in Spanish is ya. Ya vi la película, I have already seen it. Ya la viste, have you seen it yet? Cuando quieres usar ya in positive, you have to use already. And already, since it is an adverb, just as always, it is always going to come before the main verb. For example, have you eaten yet? Yes, I've already eaten. Have you called her? Yes, I called her already. Or yes, I already called her. You can use it yes at the end, but just make sure that it's usually before the main verb. You are not going to be wrong if you use it that way. And remember the contractions. For example, I've eaten. I have eaten in written English, in spoken English. I've eaten. I have not eaten. Writing. I haven't eaten yet. Speaking. You have won. When you, let's say that you are typing somebody and it's formal. And if it is not formal or you are speaking, you would say you've won. So just remember and repeat after me. I've, you've, his, she's, it's, we've, you've, they've, They've eaten, I've eaten, you've eaten, he's eaten, she's eaten, it is eaten. Yeah, and it could be confused with the to be verb, but it's very easy to know that it is not the to be verb, since the verb is going to be the past participle. For example, he's been here sometimes before, or he's been here an hour ago. So you know that it's present perfect. And the references are from ELO and the UNAM. And what is your homework for this week? Well, you are going to pretend that you are interested in fashion. You see this ad that is about a job. You are going to be interested in this, and you are going to say a letter and why you are an appropriate candidate for this job. Well, after you finish this reading, it's important that you write 3 paragraphs. In the first one, and it is about 140 and 190 words. In the first paragraph, you are going to say why you are writing and what you are responding to. In the second paragraph, you are going to talk about yourself and your experience. Of course, about fashion. And try to make up a story. Just don't say this is a homework. No, I mean, try to imagine why would you be interested in fashion, even though you don't like clothing. Just pretend. It is going to be easier when you present a certification. And in paragraph 3, you have to make clear again you're interested in the job and why you are a suitable candidate, and state your availability. Something important. Mention some fashion brands. Make a research and pretend that you have attended some fashion events, or on the other hand, if you had, in the past, if you had attended, well, you don't have to pretend, just mention them. And of course, you have to mention that course about photography that you took last month. So just pretend that you have done all of these things. And this is an example that might be very suitable for this homework. And in the end, you are going to listen an audio where you are in this page where you are watching this video. So when you finish downloading, you are going to answer these 5 questions. That's it for today. See you next one.